We are not afraid to entrust the people with unpleasant facts, foreign ideas, alien philosophies, and competitive values.
And now for something completely different.
For a nation that is afraid to let its people judge the truth and falsehood in an open market, it is a nation that is afraid of its people.
Completely different.
We are living in an era where science and technology leads. Now, what will be our future if genetics, nanotechnology, and robotics will rise up? Where will we be? Does the future still need us? Are we still in control?
I think the future does not need us.
I think that the future doesn't need us because as of now we put our intelligence on technologies, and in the future generation I think they can do better than what we can do now.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
There are 4 reasons why the future does not need us. First, computer scientists succeed in developing intelligent machines that can do all things better than human beings can do for them. All work will be done by vast, highly organized system of machines and no human effort will be necessary. Second, robotic industries would compete vigorously among themselves for matter, energy, and space, incidentally driving their price beyond human reach by the inability to afford necessities of life. Biological humans would be squeezed out of existence. Third, machines become more and more intelligent. People will let machines make more of their decisions for them simply because machine-made decisions will bring better results than man-made ones. Lastly, the machine will be in effective control. People won't be able to just turn the machines off because they will be so dependent on them that turning them off would amount to suicide.
Minecraft.
What are the things you like to do during this pandemic?
I like to watch TV, I like to ride my bike, I like to play Minecraft, but I love the most is to play Minecraft.
Thank you.
That you do during this pandemic.
I always use my cell phone and log into Facebook and TikTok.
Witnessing an amazing time in human history. We are actually witnessing the co-creation and co-evolution of our new digital brain.
There's this enormous mystery waiting to be unlocked.
For the last 10 years, I've been messing around with electronics. I was asked to be a part of a government grant to create a low-cost, open-source EEG system.
I found a how to hack toy EEGs tutorial, and it was, $50 for the parts, and I was able to do it in a day. I think everybody is interested in the brain these days, and so now technologies are emerging that are allowing us to tap in and listen and trying to figure out what's going on in there.
We can measure the teeny tiny signals through your scalp and find out what's going on in regions of your brain. It's for scientists, hackers, students. It's kind of for everybody.
You take electrodes, you attach them to your body, you plug them into the board, and then you just push go. You'll see waves that represent your fluctuations in electrical activity. What we and scientists are trying to do are trying to classify and derive meaning from these frequencies and attach them to things that we experience or that we perceive or that we do in our everyday life.
More and more people will be wearing systems like this, either to track or enhance their lives somehow.
I think brain-computer interfaces are going to be instrumental in human evolution.
If you get into a car accident, it's a circumstance that's out of your control, and you wish you could just rewind to last week. Conceivably, you could image your brain every 2 weeks, and then you would never lose more than 2 weeks of your experience.
When I met Russell out one night when we were hanging out, he basically posed the question to me of, how would I image the brain? I gave him my opinion on the way to do it, and apparently he instantly shopped it around to various professors at Harvard and MIT.
The brain consists of 86 billion neurons, and there are a bunch of connections between those neurons. They're connected via synapses, dendrites, and axons. And so the connectome is that network of connections. We use contrast agents to distinguish the features we're interested in from the features we're not interested in.
Right now, we think synapses seem to record a lot of what's going on when someone learns something. You can think of a synapse as sort of a way to store that connective information of things. Once we start to have those synaptic images and start to see if we can create a connectome from them, it will be really interesting to see if we can actually see what a new memory looks like. A lot of what we're doing will have immediate impacts on Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease and ALS because we'll be able to build contrast agents that will inform drug manufacturers how well their drug is working.
It's a whole new way of approaching neuroscience and science as well.
There's always been a kind of tension between the sciences and ethics. You can go all the way back to Prometheus and the myth of the invention of fire. A lot of the Greek myths, Roman myths, biblical myths in the Western Christian tradition.
are in control.